I'm Malak.
And I'm Malak.
And we're here to talk to you about the movie August Rush. So, it was a pretty good movie. And I really liked it.
But there are a few things I wouldn't have done.
Come on.
Like, for example, just the beginning of it. He's like in this field with flowers or grass that's dancing. Personally,
it's meant to be like that. The director does it on purpose to show you the character's love and he's emphasizing the part where he's trying to tell you that the character's love for music, how the character can listen to music, how nature.
But it looks so fake. I mean, the setting, the idea works perfectly. He just doesn't know how to use the graph. The setting, it just looks so fake.
I don't know. I disagree. I really like that part. It seemed to be as though he really felt the music, and he made the viewer feel what he was feeling.
Aside from feelings, what if someone's just not emotional? I mean, take a look at this. I mean, it just looks so fake. It just looks like he shouldn't be there, and it should be a part of his dream.
A movie doesn't necessarily have to be all so realistic. The director means to do this to you. He means to make you. He does it on purpose to make you feel like there's something going on. Maybe it doesn't hook up with everyone that watches it, but it might click on someone who has a sense of music, or thinks the same way the character does.
Well, if you see so. Aside from that, let's talk about the characters.
I found most of them quite good characters. They all pretty much bonded together. They were all able to...
I completely disagree with that. For starters, the mother is so much more emotional. I mean, I can see in her face that she wants to find her son. I just feel like the father, it really does look like he is acting. It's not that he lives in this life of the father. No, I can tell he's acting.
Maybe it was more of that they needed to get an older actor, because he was more of living his dream. He spent his time singing, he spent his time with his friends, spent his time drinking, partying, and he didn't really seem to show how much care he gave towards his son. He did, although he did show how much he cared about his loved one, in which I don't believe is his loved one, because they only met for about 5 minutes, held hands and kissed. After they held hands, they introduced their names, which doesn't really...
I think that can also fall under the problem of the actor himself. I think it falls more towards him not being able to live the life of the one who lost his loved one.
But I think it's more of the director's problem. He was the one who told them to hold hands as soon as they met, fall in love.
Yeah, I completely didn't understand that.
And
I think that can fall under the fact that just doesn't seem realistic to me. I don't care what people say, love at first sight and all these fairy tales, and no, it just doesn't happen. You just don't find someone on a roof and sit there and hold hands and realize that you actually love them and spend the night together. I really didn't find that very realistic.
Not even that, but the fact that they just met and spent less than a night together doesn't really cope, but it played around with your senses, it played around with your feelings. I think someone who was more sensitive, or someone who dealt with these situations in their life,
would have understood.
exactly.
Speaking of the baby, I loved the part where she talked to her father. That was, to me, the most interesting, and it was just filled with suspense. That part in the plot, I just thought it was perfect.
I'm sorry.
At the beginning, when they're bullying, when they're bullying him, it gives you more of a childish story, and then when the parents meet, it gives you more of a romantic story, and then when they're playing music, gives you a good sense of music movie, and then when they add the baby's part, and the woman Lila talking to the father when he's in the hospital, and asking him how dare him sign the letter. It just added this touch, this dramatic touch.
It was completely perfect.
It was a surprise.
It was the center of the entire movie. It was centered on this event.
Yeah.
How she didn't know she had a child and her father was hiding. It was just perfect.
Yeah, that was a really good part. What did you think about the music? Wasn't it really good?
The background music just made it seem like we were in an elevator.
That was really...
No.
For me, watching this movie, it's all about listening to the music. It made me feel like I was part of the movie. It made me feel like I was going through all of the events that was happening. It was they had, whoever chose the music had a good sense, had a good he was able to put the music with what was happening. He was able to put them together.
I completely disagree. I thought the music distracted me from the event.
What about when he meets his father and they don't know?
Again, completely unrealistic. How can you look at your own son and not sense any feelings at all? He's just so surprised, and he just goes like, "Oh, how long have you been playing the guitar?" Really, I think I really did not like how the actor portrayed being a father. He was. I think
you're really more of a realistic movie, aren't you?
I guess so. So I guess that's a hint. If you're more into like fairy tales and love and romantic things, I think this would be a very good movie for you.
But come on, take a look at it. The clip shows you that the guy and his son, there is chemistry, and you can feel that they're one family. They have the same blood, even though how would he even know? What
type of father doesn't know his own son?
He's never met him before. If you don't like music and you're watching the movie, there's probably a side of you that either likes surprising events that take place, in which the movie has. The movie creates...
It does wrap up all like the good characteristics of a movie. Some little details that just threw me off.
The lighting. The movie. They really put a lot of work into making it look so realistic.
Yeah, I think the lighting played a huge part.
The shooting was so good. They were able to get it from the correct angles, to take the camera off at the correct time, where the light was. It was incredible. Let's focus on little boy's voice. The way he speaks, it does kind of strike emotion. Because he speaks in the background, it kind of puts his own, like his perspective of life, of the movie itself, into the audience's thoughts. It's a good movie, and I think people should, of course, go ahead and watch it.
You need to watch the movie so you can find out if he finds his parents, if they are his parents, what does happen to this little boy who feels like he's hearing his parents.